Good morning. I'm so excited to be back with you for Seed Time Devotions. Can you believe it was a year ago when we started Seed Time Devotions? And those lasted us almost up until the fall. Then we took a break and did some different things. And now that spring is so close, I was excited about starting Seed Time Devotions back, a special devotion time just for you to spend time with me and us to talk about how we can be more like God. So you can see I have something with me today, something that I've been working on for several weeks. These are plants. They didn't start out as plants though. They started as seeds. And they were tiny, tiny little seeds. I'm going to show you a picture now of what they looked like. So just a few weeks ago, those tiny seeds were planted here. And I've been keeping these inside where it's warm, especially on cold days. And then on pretty days like today, I bring them out and let them get a little fresh air. But look at how they've grown. I have lettuce, and I have tomatoes, and I have onions, and I have cabbage, and I have broccoli. And this is just a few of the seeds that I planted. It reminded me of how we grow like seeds. God plants tiny seeds in us all the time. And as children, you are just like the most perfect soil to plant seeds. So our job as adults is to give you little seeds of God. I call them God seeds. And those seeds are going to grow in you so that you develop a lasting relationship with God. So as the spring gets warmer and my seeds keep growing and my plants begin to grow, these aren't going to last in these little boxes for very long. Soon, when it gets warm enough in April, I'll plant these in the ground. And if you can see behind me, there's a field back there. And so these plants are going to go in that field and grow big. And they're going to produce fruit, vegetables, but we call it producing fruit. And that is your job too. That is my job too. As a follower of Christ, our job is to produce fruit. How do we do that? Well, those seeds that are planted in us, we then grow. And then our job to produce fruit is to go out and tell other people about God so that they learn about God. That's our fruit. Let's watch a quick video about producing fruit. Guys, it's been so great to see you today, and I hope that you've had a good time, and we're going to watch these seeds continue to grow and see what happens. Have a wonderful day and enjoy this short video. See you next week.
What kind of tree is that? Wait, I know. It's an apple tree.
How can you tell?
Because it's got apples on it. Apples are my favorite fruit. No, oranges. Wait, bananas. Bananas are definitely my favorite.
My favorite fruit is love.
Love? Love isn't a fruit.
Sure it is. Love is a fruit of the Spirit.
Fruit of the what?
The fruit of the Spirit. In the book of Galatians, Paul writes about love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. When we walk with the Holy Spirit, that's the fruit we can expect to see in our lives.
I'm not a tree. I don't have fruit.
The fruit of the Spirit doesn't grow on trees. It grows in us because of what we are. An apple tree naturally makes apples, an orange tree naturally makes oranges, and a banana tree makes...
bananas!
Right. And all who follow Jesus have God's Holy Spirit living inside them. So when they choose to let God's Holy Spirit guide them, what naturally comes out is...
love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control?
Right. All the fruit of the Spirit. And just like you can tell an apple tree by its apples, the fruit of God's Holy Spirit lets others know that we belong to God. But without the power of God's Holy Spirit, Paul says a different fruit grows in us, the fruit of our sinful nature.
That does not sound good.
It isn't. That fruit is selfishness, pride, anger, envy, disobedience, greed, fighting, and anything that keeps us from getting along with each other and loving others the way God does. That fruit always makes us want more stuff because we think stuff can make us happier than God can. That fruit leaves us empty instead of full.
Ew, I don't want that fruit. I want love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. But I get angry sometimes, and I'm not very patient. Guess I'll just have to try harder.
Paul tells us trying harder won't get us anywhere. That's because our own strength only lasts a little while. But those who follow Jesus have declared that their sinful nature is dead. Now we can choose to live by the power of God's Holy Spirit instead. We can spend time with Him and pray and get to know Him, for real. And as we get to know God's Holy Spirit more,
I know. The power of God's Holy Spirit will make more of the fruit of the Spirit grow in us. Like bananas!
like bananas.